What's up, creators? Taylor Lewis here from the Film Creator Pro team. Check out the latest video we just dropped in our online filmmaking course. Enjoy. All right, let's talk focal length. First off, what is it? Well, focal length is determined by the distance between the lens and the image sensor when the subject is in focus. Kind of confusing, right? What it's trying to say is focal length is the angle of view for any given lens, or how much of the scene that lens will capture. It's actually measured by this number right here. For you non-metric system folks, this is millimeters. It's not super important to know why lenses are measured like this, but what is important to remember is the number itself, because smaller numbers have a wider field of view, while larger numbers have a narrow one. For example, right now I'm shooting on a 50mm lens, which has a narrower field of view than, let's say, a 16. Actually, here's what this video would look like if I was shooting on a 16. See how it just doesn't look very good? The 50mm looked a lot more aesthetically pleasing. From that quick example, you can probably already see that some lenses work better in certain situations than others. This is why lenses are often referred to as wide angle, normal, and telephoto, rather than just by their measurement. Let's go through and break down each of these groups and discuss the pros and cons to each. Wide angle lenses are usually between 8mm and 35mm. They are great for capturing scenery, real estate, and getting establishing shots. But what they are not good for is capturing people's faces. Let's take a look at a series of pictures I shot at various focal lengths with our 16 to 35mm wide angle. See how this isn't very flattering for a face? But if we were to step back 10 or so feet, the image would start to look a lot prettier because it's capturing the entire scene. Moving on to normal/standard lenses. These lenses are between 35 and 85mm. The reason these lenses are referred to as normal is because this range of focal length most closely matches what humans see with their natural eye, with the 50mm being the closest. These lenses deliver a more natural perspective and field of view. Now let's jump back to the series of images from before, but instead of stopping at 35mm, let's keep going up to 85. See how when we get to higher focal lengths, the face starts to flatten out? It's now starting to look a lot more natural. One thing you are going to start noticing is, at longer focal lengths, you're going to be able to blur more and more of the background, creating that nice bokeh feel that you see in movies and other videos. Now let's go over telephoto lenses. The focal range of this group is usually 85mm or higher. These lenses are ideal for capturing weddings, wildlife, and events from a distance. Telephoto lenses also have cool optical properties that foreshorten perspective as well. What? Now, what does that mean? I have no idea either. I'm kidding, I really do know what it means. But instead of giving you a definition, I'm going to show you it, because it makes a lot more sense when you can see it. So here's an example. Let's say you have your subject right here, and you have an object like a car 20 or so feet behind him or her. With a wide lens, the car is going to look like it's way in the distance. But if you were shooting the same shot with a telephoto/long lens, the car will look like it's right behind your subject. It's because of this, telephoto lenses are good for portraits. It is actually said between 80 and 105mm is the best range to shoot the human face. The reason is because that range has that slight foreshortening property that we just talked about, and has the ability to blur the background as well. Now let's go back to those series of images one more time. Again, we're going to start at 16mm and go all the way up to 300mm. But as you watch this, I want you to pay attention to the background and the distortion in the face. See how the background is getting a lot closer to our subject here, and that our subject's face starts to flatten out a lot too? Let's keep going to 300mm. See how different this shot looks when compared to the 16mm? I personally find it crazy how different focal lengths can change how the outside world is viewed. It's one of the coolest parts about filmmaking. You can really make an ugly scene look pretty by just changing the focal length of your lens. Let's wrap this up now. Hopefully you can see already in what situations you would use what focal length. Personally, we love shooting on the 16 or the 50. Those are probably our most used lenses and focal lengths. Although, I do love the 24 to 105. That lens covers a whole lot of ground when it comes to focal length. It's a wide, normal, and telephoto all in one. But a lot of this is going to come down to your style and what you like. If you don't know what that is quite yet, that is totally fine. Just watch your favorite YouTube videos or movies and copy them, and get out there and experiment. That's what we did, and we still do that to this day. Anyway, that is it for focal length. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to learn more about filmmaking or pursue a filmmaking career, please check out our online course, Film Creator Pro. In there, we have over 5 hours of content. We'll share with you everything there is to know about filmmaking, like how to direct actors, how to write, sound hacks, lighting hacks, pretty much anything you need to know. In our opinion, it's a pretty rad course and we would love for you to be a part of it. So please check it out at filmcreatorpro.com. And while you're there, sign up for a free 40-minute training where we share our top 10 secrets to a 6-figure income. And don't forget to do that YouTube thing to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, there you go. That was the video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time on our channel.